Hello, this is another shaky cam interior review from AaronOnAutos.com. This is Aaron. Today we're in a Lexus. This is a 2014 CT200h. It's a small hybrid from Lexus. I believe it's the smallest car they have that's not a coupe style. This is a 5-door hatchback. Anyway, I'm just gonna quickly go over the interior of the car, show you a few of the things. We'll skim over the standard fare stuff like window and so on. And here's your driver settings for your seat memory. There's 3 of them, kind of unusual for a entry-level luxury car like this, but very nice to have, especially in a car like this because you are going to adjust yourself a lot. I'm one driver and I have 2 different seat settings. One for when somebody's in the back and one for when it's just me in the car, so I can have a little more leg room. Windows and dash, of course. Down here is the fuel hatch button. Took me a minute to find that when I had to put a little bit of gas in here. Normally they're on the floor. I'm just used to reaching down and pulling them. Lexus is moving to push buttons for that sort of thing. And this has park assist, and you know it's like it is in most of the Lexus cars. It beeps at you, shows you a picture of the car and where it is you're about to run into something, according to the radar. On the steering wheel, here you have your dongle for lighting. Over here you have the dongle for the windshield washers, up and down for the washers up there. Put it in the middle for auto mode right there. You can see it where my thumb is. And over here is the back window right here. On the steering you have, this is your mode display for the radio system. I'll show you the screen for that in a minute. Volume controls, phone. And over here, this is just a push button, and it changes what's on that display right there. I'll show you a couple of those things in a minute. So on the dash, this is a hybrid. So rather than an RPM gauge, you have a power usage gauge. Kind of nice to give you a quick glance idea of where you are. The car is on right now, but it's in EV, electric mode. And I have it in eco mode for driving. I'll show you that switch. Honestly, there's not a whole lot of difference between one mode and the next when you go from eco to sport and whatever. But anyway, here's your speedometer, of course, fuel gauge up here, and this is the little changing management screen. Right now it has power use, so it's showing if I shift the car into drive, and I'll just let it move for a minute. You can see it's running on battery only. That's what that means. It'll show you another arrow if the engines, or 2 arrows if both of them are doing it, and then when the battery's charging, when you're braking, or you have it in, you've shifted down to battery to slow down, the arrow will go the opposite way and show you you're charging the battery. This shows the state of the battery's charge. Right now it's almost as full as I've had it. I've had it nearly all the way full, but not quite. You have to be doing a lot of stop and go to really fill that battery all the way up, since it only charges through the brakes on the car. All right, so the usual Toyota / Lexus right here. You can see this is the F Sport model, so it has aluminum brake pedal faces. Up here is your infotainment screen. This is the upgraded one, so it's the top notch that they have. You control that through the usual Lexus mouse. This is a push button start. There's no key. Vents and controls. It's a dual zone climate in here. I have it turned off right now, but you haven't, your auto mode, you set it, you decide on the temperature, or you can manually do whatever you want. You can do all of your climate from right here. You do not need that to do it, which is nice because this is, for most people, this is going to be more intuitive than going through screens up there. Down here we have our CD player, controls for that, and audio controls here. This is where the SD card for the map goes. You can buy upgrades to this. That's why they have it accessible. I don't know why it's here instead of hidden away in there like they usually are. And because it's a hybrid, it shifts slightly different. So here's your shifter, and you go up and you go, I'll just do it. you go like this for reverse. This is drive. You hold it here and it goes into neutral. And then when you pull it down, it goes into battery mode. And then this is how you park. When you push this button, it automatically unlocks the doors, puts it in park, and you're ready to go. Battery mode right there, that is sort of like an engine brake on a commercial truck, a big truck. It basically becomes a lot more aggressive when you let off the throttle, pull your foot away from the throttle. It slows the car down a lot. It's great for off ramps and things like that, where you want to take all that you can out of your kinetic energy, slowing down, and shove it into the battery. That's what that is good for. Here you have your drive controls. You can push it in, you can force it into EV mode. I've only done this once just to see what the limits were on it. Normally the car is pretty good at switching over when it needs to be. This turns off traction control. And then this has eco mode, normal mode, and sport mode. Like I said, honestly, sport mode does not really improve the drive dynamics or anything in the car. For the most part, driving this so far, I have left it in eco mode because I noticed no difference on freeway on-ramps or anything where that was really doing any good. And this has bun warmers for the seats. Here is your Lexus mouse, controls what's on that infotainment screen up here. Here you have a nice phone holder. It's just the right size to set your phone in. And then these are the plugs. So you can see I have my phone's USB right here. There's your Apple plug, and there's a 12 volt right there. And then this closes to cover all that up if you're not using it. A nice placement for this stuff. One thing I will note is that if your phone plugs in on the bottom, like mine does, you cannot get the cord down in here. You'll have to put your phone upside down to do it. Otherwise, though, this is a very, very nice kind of a setup here. And then you have your drink holders and your center console and storage. Nicely done. This is a nice little armrest. When I first saw it, I thought, wow, that's going to be in the way all the time, but it's turned out to be really nice to just be able to set your arm right here and not be afraid of accidentally hitting some buttons or anything. Just set your arm right there. It's kind of nice. This has the perforated leather. Very nice seating. Very comfortable for such a small car. This is a very comfortable car to sit in. And then you see this F Sport package. It has the brushed and the faux carbon fiber and nice soft touch plastics. And just a well-made little car. It's been really nice. But I want you to see, as a water bottle, sorry, but I want you to see the leg room is pretty short. This seat is pretty far forward, and that's all there is. The width of my hand. With a car seat, it's not a big deal, but regular people will have a tough time with that. And finally, cargo space is good in this car, more than enough to get groceries or carry a few things. We got a double stroller and a few bags for a day trip to the zoo in this car. No problems at all getting all that stuff in here. That's the beauty of a hatchback. It's a very sporty looking little car, nice to drive, comfortable. It does not feel like a luxury car all the time, but it's a good car, very fuel efficient. We've had good luck with our fuel in this car, so nicely done. This is the 2014 Lexus CT200h, and this is Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com. Talk to you again soon.